Good morning, man. Welcome to Coach Washington Sports Talk. This is Coach DeArmond Washington. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share button. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share button. I'm going to talk about some transfer portal stuff today and kids transferring to different schools. Had a couple friends reach out to me and upset that some kids transferred and why they didn't pick North Carolina Central. So let's talk about it. I got a text from my man Eric Dykes, all upset that James Aquanco, a player that played for UNC Chapel Hill, transferred to Akron, Ohio. Eric felt like Akron is a mid-major. You have to win your conference to get to the NCAA. That's the only way you're going to get a bid again. He was upset over why would James pick Akron over a North Carolina Central right down the road. Why would he choose them? And I told Eric, he has friends, he has some teammates from West Virginia transferring to Akron, so they're probably going there to build a team. I haven't seen James play, but he's going to Akron to help build a team with some kids he knows. I think James went to West Virginia first, UNC, then he went to Akron. All PWIs. All PWIs. So why would James want to go to a North Carolina Central University? Why would he? We have a nice campus. We have nice facilities, but why would he want to come? I think he started out at West Virginia. That's a big time school. Then he went to UNC. So they'll probably be able to offer him some NIL money and things of that nature that we couldn't offer. And then he's transferring to Akron. He's trying to, I guess, go build a team with his friends. And maybe they're offering something, They were like, well, you speculating on the NIL. I am, but what could we have offered him but a team, a place to play? We have a nice campus too, but he's familiar with PWIs. That's where he feels most comfortable. At a PWI, and that's a lot of kids. They just feel more comfortable at PWIs when they're transferring like that. Why would he come to North Carolina Central? What could our basketball program, and I love our school, but what could our program offer him? What could we offer him? We haven't made the postseason play NCAA in about 5 years. Could he have helped? Maybe he could. I think he was a 3 guard at 6'7", 6'8". He could have helped us, but could he really? He didn't play at UNC at all. But I'm not saying he had to be good. He got a UNC scholarship, but he's heading to Akron. Maybe their program had more to offer. Maybe the school has. Maybe he's looking for something a little bit more than basketball from the school. This is third PWI. Maybe he doesn't want to attend the black school. Maybe that's not his flavor. And that's a lot of athletes, believe it or not, because I do the help with scouting and recruiting, and I hear them talk. A lot of these kids don't want to attend black schools. They don't. Some of them been going to black schools all their life, and they look at it as, why would I go there? It's not the same. No, it's not. But in their mind, it's the same. I want to go to a black school. I've been going to black schools all my life. They want something different. Some people like the diversity at the university. Some people don't want to go to a black school. They want to go to PWI. They want to be in that environment. It suits them. They're getting something out of it. I don't know what story. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he just wants to go to Akron and build a program. There's a lot of other underlying things. I'm not going to speak on those things, but you can pick up on what I'm saying. Maybe that's just not his flavor. So, we're getting kids from bigger schools like in football. We're getting them to come in. We got some kids, I think, from Marshall that came to play basketball, but he's coming from UNC. Why would he pick a North Carolina Central? Why would he? It didn't make sense to me. Why would he come to high school? What could we offer him? What could we offer him? I don't think we could offer him anything. Dissuade him to leave a Chapel Hill to transfer. Even though he went to Akron, what could they offer him? I don't know. But he's been to 3 PWIs, so that kind of tells you what he's looking for. And we don't have that. And then with this transfer portal, the transfer portal opened up April the 16th through April the 30th. Been 2,100 kids in there. 1,400 have committed. What you gonna do with the other 700 players? Where they gonna go play ball? Some of them nowhere. It's the end. One of my kids used to play for me. I think his school has told him, hey, you need to get in the portal. I've been talking to his mentors, and they spoke with me, and they was like, basically, the school has kind of told him, you need to get in the portal. You're not going to play. They recruited him, so, I don't know why they would do that, but I think they're full of his position, which is not his natural position. He played quarterback. Now he's playing DB. But they've told him, hey, you ain't want to get in the portal. What do you do in that situation when you haven't played, you don't have any freshman game film? Only thing you have is practice stuff. You could put that out there, but I talk to coaches, they don't want to see game film. What do you do as a freshman and you've been told to get in the portal? You have no game film. Only thing you got is practice film. They're basically pushing you out of the program. Go get in the portal. What can you do? The key thing to do is talk to your peoples around you. Go find all the schools and the recruiters who really want to recruit you hard. Where are those coaches? Where are they at now? They really wanted you to play. That was really recruiting you heavily before you made your decision. You need to reach back out to those programs or those coaches. Because coaches still remember players. They still try to follow up with good players they still want. So maybe we need to reach out to those coaches and those coaches and programs to maybe see, can you get a scholarship and come on board and transfer there? Because with you having no film, that is kind of a hard thing to do. To move on, they want to see something. They will look at practice and evaluate you, but they really want to see that game film. How did you perform in the game? And you've been pushed out of the program with nothing. People don't talk about that. All this college transfer, but they'll never talk about the dark side, the bully side, where they're bullying kids out the program, getting forced into the portal. No game film. Coaches saying they're going to help you much as possible, will help you. But as soon as you get in that portal, they're done with you. They don't have to do anything. Now, guarantee there's some coaches that have a good heart that might make some phone calls like, hey, I got a kid. It's a good kid. They might speak well for you. For the most part, they're moving on. It's a business now. You're disposable. You're in that portal, you are disposable. They don't put you in that portal, you're disposable. They got probably another transfer kid coming in that can play, and they're putting you in that portal. You have no game film. You have nothing. So that's the dark side of the portal. Kids are being forced out of programs, forced to transfer. Especially these young guys don't have any film. They're just being put out there like to fend for themselves. That's the dark side of the portal. People don't talk about it. Deion's up there talking about how he loves the portal. Yeah, he's benefiting from it because he's getting Power 5 guys. It's different. He's getting the best of the best. Some of these schools, they got the best of the best kids transferring. But if you're lower level, because it's different levels in football, you're lower level, somewhere in the middle, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for you to transfer. So when these coaches and your parents tell you build good relationships when you're being recruited, always talk to any coach on any level when they're recruiting you. When you're going through the process, talk to these coaches, build good relationships, because some of these assistants don't stay assistants for long. They move into head coaching jobs. They move on to bigger and better schools. And how you interact with them, you're selling yourself. So in case you do get in the portal, they might want to offer you because, Y'all had a good mix, a good conversation. You know, he enjoyed recruiting you, even though he didn't probably you didn't go to play for him. He enjoyed recruiting you. You had good conversations. You somebody he say if that kid is available, I take him. So it's about relationship building. On that note, you have to build good relationships during the process of getting recruited. That's very important because it can come back and help you in the future. If you're a freshman or sophomore getting pushed out of your program to get in that portal to make room for someone else. You know, the dark side of the portal, the good and the bad, I like to say. It's an ugly thing going on. But on to something positive. Next month, May, is going to start high school's spring ball. High school spring ball is going to start. Kids be able to go work out with their team, participate in spring ball, get the pads on, get some motion going. So kids going to be able to start trying to earn a position. All the kids we've been telling you about putting that work in and developing yourself, working on your game in the dark. We're getting ready to see that next month. What have you been doing since football season ended? We're getting ready to see all that work you've been putting in. It's getting ready to come to the forefront, come to the light when spring ball comes in. Who's in shape? Who's been working on their footwork, their handwork? Who's been working on that craft? So I love high school spring ball. They get to put the pads on. I think in South Carolina, they get to actually do scrimmage other schools. I wish we could do that in North Carolina. I haven't heard anybody say that we're doing that, but that's something I would like for us to do. Scrimmage other schools. I know they're doing that in Division II now in their spring ball. John C. Smith scrimmaged Wingate and Winston-Salem scrimmage Catawba. Getting to scrimmage other people. I wish they bring that to North Carolina. High school spring ball, then I'll be able to go to another school and do like a spring ball, controlled spring game. That would be real nice to see. That really would be nice to see that, give kids somebody else to make contact and take the aggression on besides their teammates. But the spring ball is coming up. We're getting ready to see who's going to be the next guy to step up and win a job. That new rising star, as I like to call them. Who's the next man up, the next rising star. So I can't wait to see. My nephew was at POB a couple of years ago. They were doing spring ball. That was kind of a hard-headed team with some hard-headed athletes. Good athletes, but kind of just undisciplined. My nephew included. But they were only practicing like 3 days a week, and I found that strange that it was just 3 days a week, but the teams that were at the top tier in the city, they were going 5 days a week. So I'm thinking coaches, you need to go 5 days, put that work in. I would be upset as a parent that was only doing spring ball. They were only working out 3 days out of the week. I mean, you got the opportunity and the time slots to get this work in. I think you should get as much work in as possible, to get your team ready for the fall. My friend Donald up in Durham, he said he's excited about his son is Jordan. They getting ready to start spring ball, and I need to talk to him about how many days he think they're going to be working out. 3 days is not acceptable. At least do 4, but 3 days of spring ball, what is that, man? Get the work in while you got your kids ready to go. They're excited. Get that work in. Coaches get organized and be ready to go. So, yeah, 3 days is not enough. I used to just ask my nephew, why y'all doing 3 days, man? Only 3 days. Like, what can you get out of 3 days? And you can't really get nothing. You have to, if they give you a window of spring ball, please take advantage of the window. Get everything you can get in. Get as much work as possible done so you can put your depth charts together, see who's coming back, see who's performing well. I mean, just see the continuity of the team, how you think it's going to look before you get in the summer workouts. Anytime you get in them pads early, that is a plus. I wish we could do it in middle school. I really do. I wish we can do it in middle school. But it is what it is. North Carolina Central had their spring ball game last week. I would love for them to put that on the road like they used to do years ago and bring that game to Charlotte. But I hear the spring game was a great game. I hear we look smooth and nice. They said the offense looked pretty good. They said the stadium was real nice. We got the new turf put in. They say that's just amplified the stadium with the new turf. So I was glad to hear that. I see Coach Jones up there in Shaw just had his spring game. He got some returners back. He got his quarterback, Peters, back from a shoulder injury from last year. They say he looked real nice and crisp in his spring game. They say they got that Moore kid, Cedric Moore, his son playing D-line, D-end. He was looking real nice. He's coming along. He's got big height. Size is starting to kick in. Gibbs, nephew on that D-line, they say was just dominant. So I think Shaw is going to be really working with something this year. I think AJ is really going to get going. He kind of lost his quarterback early in the year, and I kind of think that set the team back. But they say Peters is back, looking good. And, they're ready to go. They got some nice kids from the recruitment class, so they say they're looking pretty good. So we'll see how that goes. John C. Smith, like I said, they had a nice spring game against Wingate. I saw some videos on that. Talked to Flowers. They're looking good. He's brought in some great transfer kids. Some kids looking for some second and third opportunities. Kids go through a lot in life, different things, but he's built up a great recruiting class. I talked to Massey a couple weeks ago in Durham, ran into him. He was happy that he was able to secure 6 more scholarships for his program, 6 more full scholarships that he can divvy up and be able to bring some more kids onto the program and add some more scholarship money. He was real excited about that. I would be too. That helps your program out when you can get more money to bring in more kids. Give more kids the opportunity to play and help these kids with their financial package. And they played Catawba. I know he was the first one to tell me they were doing that. They were opening up, the D2 game where they can go out and do these inter scrimmages. He was telling me about it. Almost about 3-4 weeks ago, he was telling me about this. So I heard it from him about these inter scrimmage Division II spring games, and he was real excited. I don't know how many they could do, but if you can get 2 in there, that would be great. But he was real excited about that opportunity to do that and the extra scholarships he had received. So, shout out to Coach Massey, Coach Flowers, Coach Gibbs, Coach Jones, Coach Trey, Coach Odoms. All these guys went to North Carolina Central, except for Flowers. But back to these spring games. I'm excited about the spring games. I'm going to try to visit a couple of these high school spring games, get some video and see how they're working out, see what I can take back to my middle school, anything I can add extra to our program to help increase that, we'll do that. But I think the high school spring games are very important because you have a lot of kids who have been putting that work in after the football season, whether it's been lifting weights, working on their speed or their position, is really ready to showcase their talent and take it to the next level. I know Ian Powell up there in Jordan is one of those guys we need to be looking at as a rising star going into his 10th grade year. He's playing alongside with some good kids over there who have some great offers, some real offers going Power 5. He's playing behind those guys and learning, and that's what you're really looking for. The guys in front of you, where they're going to school, what type of work ethic they have, and playing with those guys. You can learn from that and get your self-esteem built up and get your game really together, learning from them and playing with them. So We're going to see how that works with this CMS spring ball and this North Carolina spring ball period. See what's going on and see how these kids are developing and getting ready. See who's going to be the next powerhouse team this year. I know Weddington, they say, is loading up. Weddington High is loading up. I think North Meck might be in some trouble. I think they might be losing some kids. Situation going on with some coaches, kids not really being happy how the programs, coming along as far as them contributing. So I think that has affected North. I think they have lost a couple players. Mallard Creek is taking off. I mean, they got a good ninth grade class coming in there. West Charlotte, I know, has had 2 back-to-back classes of ninth grade players that's coming in playing right away. So I can't wait to see what's going on at West Charlotte. Chambers, I want to see what's going on with them. I know they got some great players. Noah Collins over there, and they got some great players over there. I just think with most of these schools, quarterbacks, the play of the quarterback is going to be very important. High school, I talk about this all the time to some coaches. Me and Chris Hawk talked about this. High school quarterback in Charlotte is on the decrease. We got a maybe 3 or 4, but besides that, I don't know what's going on with the quarterbacks. It's just a decline in players playing quarterback, and just a decline in good play at the quarterback position, and that probably comes back to the youth and middle school level. I don't really have a quarterback coach. I barely can get anybody to play quarterback. But for high school athletics, the quarterback play is important, and I've been really seeing a decline in good quarterback play, and I think that's holding back a lot of these teams. I think a lot of these teams are stacked and ready to go if they can just get a decent quarterback. I think that could jumpstart a lot of these programs if they could just get a decent quarterback, and a lot of these quarterbacks are not ready. I don't know if it's the pressure, but I don't seem to be pressure. It seems to be that they really can't throw the ball well. For the most part, it seems like they can't even throw the ball well. Even when they make a good decision to throw the ball, the passes are not that great. And I don't know if that's coming. I mean, that's just coming from the guy. He's not ready. He can't make a good pass. I don't know if it's the plays that the coaches are calling. Maybe they need to scale it back. I mean, in high school, you really don't want to tell a guy who to throw the ball to, but shit, sometimes you may have to do that. Depends on what athletes you're working with. But we have a decline in quarterback play, and I talked about this before. I'm going to do something about it. Maybe we need a quarterback academy starting on the youth level through the middle school. I mean, I know there's some trainers out there, but no, we need to create a whole new quarterback culture, because I think that's really killing high school athletics, period. And I know it's hurting high school athletics in Charlotte with bad quarterbacking. We only have about maybe 4, 5 good quarterbacks. The rest of it is suspect. They're going to hold, they're holding the teams back. I've always said that the quarterback play around here is holding the teams back. But I wish everybody well in spring ball as they get ready for spring ball and the kids get ready. I think Miles Park is it's going to be something next year. They made the playoffs. They did make the playoffs. We got a lot of Sedgefield guys over there contributing. A lot of Sedgefield kids over there contributing. So I know the MP is going to be okay, because I got my guys over there putting in that work, making them plays. Who else I was talking about? Butler. I think Butler has named their coach, but I don't think it's official. I think they're going with the old Chambers coach, Ferg. That's not a definite, because I haven't seen anything put out there through the grapevine. I'm hearing he's going to take over Butler High School, and that's a great coach. I think he's won 2 state championships when he was at Chambers. So he built that program up. So that's a great hire, and the Bulldogs will get back to what they've been doing winning games and trying to compete for a state championship. I don't think they're gonna have that much fall off. I don't know how young they are on the line, but they got the quarterback, they got a good receiver, so I think they can build off that. Well, they got Zach, I forgot the receiver's name, but he's a great guy. He's a good guy. He can go, so I think they're pretty much set. I don't know how that line's looking, but we'll see. I think if he is the coach, with the grapevine saying that they've hired him, that's a good hire. And what else going on in the world? Oh, WEA Washington Elite Athletics is having a Friday Night Lights middle school camp. Also, WEA is having a middle school 7-on-7 camp. That Friday Night Lights camp is May 17th at West Charlotte High School from 6 to 9. The cost of that camp is $50. You can register at WEAcamps.com. And then they're going to have June the 8th a WEA middle school football tournament that's going to be at J.M. Alexander. That particular 7-on-7 tournament is free to all. It's free. No entry fee to the teams. All the kids have to attend the same middle school. That is a rule and requirement. All the kids have to attend the same middle school, but there's no team entry fee. That's something they're doing at WEA. They experiment with that. No entry fee. Parents probably be charged at the gate, but no entry fee for the kids to come play in that 7-on-7 tournament. And that's good, for the middle school kids to build their own 7-on-7 teams and get out there and compete in a one-day tournament. Can't wait to see the results of that. I know Saysfield, we're going to participate. Our kids are going to participate in that. So shout out to WEA for the middle school and 7-on-7 tournament they're hosting. If you want to get more information on those events, that camp and that 7-on-7 tournament, go to WEAcamps.com. Again, if you're looking for more information on those camps, go to WEAcamps.com. You can find out more information on that Friday Night Lights middle school camp and that WEA 7-on-7 middle school tournament. So we're going to close it out today, man. I just talked about this transfer portal, the good and the bad with that transfer portal. Spring games, the college spring games, I'm hearing that was real great. I know they're still working out, putting in that work in these high school spring games. I can't wait to see those games. I need to come check them out, go record them and put some video out, because I love boosting up kids, man. The next coming kid, I love putting out videos of kids performing, because you never know, sometimes kids don't have anybody to come watch them play. But if I'm at your game, I'm watching you play. And I love just putting out highlights and just, highlights of kids, enjoying their life, whether it's 7-on-7 basketball, football. I just like putting out videos showcasing these kids, man. Somebody needs to showcase them. So I can't wait to get out there and start filming these high school games, these spring balls, and seeing like who's the next rising star, who's the next player coming up in the city. Getting a look at some of those young JV guys who's about to start playing varsity, or gonna play back on JV. They're building them up, developing them. So I just can't wait to get out there and check that out in the spring. So this is Coach DeArmond Washington. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share button. Again, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share button. And we will see you next week. Coach Washington out.